Hey everybody, this is Tom with The Board Gamer. Today we're going to do a quick overview and review for this game. If you want the full how-to, go ahead and click this icon up here or the link in the description. Now let's get into it. Bark Avenue is a 1 to 5 player game for ages 10 and up with an average gameplay length of 15 minutes per player, published by Terra Dice Games and Good Games Publishing. In Bark Avenue, players will take turns taking dogs for walks around New York City. Each dog has its own requirements, like movement speed, compatibility with other dogs, and length of walk. You will gain money for completing walks and gain bonus money or tips for returning on time with any or all poop, picture, and or favorite activity tokens collected on your walk. Throughout the game, you can place review stars for finishing any of the review requirements. The game ends after the final round, and the player with the most money wins. First off, I want to thank Good Games Publishing for sending me a copy of Bark Avenue. Now, walking dogs in New York City is big business, but you have to start somewhere. In Bark Avenue, we go through a day in the life of a dog walker. You're picking up dogs, entertaining them for extra tips, and bringing them home on time. Sounds simple, but New York City is a big place. There are dogs living everywhere. Do you have the will and the walking shoes to make it through the day in the life of a professional dog walker in Bark Avenue? Let's find out. The components for Bark Avenue largely consist of cards and tokens. The cards all have creative art, and I think the little details really help the cards look good. For example, the personal goal cards look like bulletin boards with tasks pinned to them. Also, the background for each dog gives you a bit of insight in their owner's personality. Another fun fact is all the dog cards are based on real dogs. Some of these dogs are people who backed the game on Kickstarter, including some of your other favorite board game content creators. The tokens are well made and have a bit of fun on each of their types. The poop tokens are funny. The happy tokens with the wagging tail are cute. And the Polaroid style photo tokens are clever as well. The coffee, treat, and tip tokens work well and stand out. Overall, the game's components look good and match the theme well, but more than that, they add to the atmosphere with their fun and quirky style. Now, Bark Avenue is a great gateway game. Its simple pick-up and drop-off mechanic is easy to understand and visually see. Some mechanics in other games are hidden and hard to show others without compromising part of the game. But Bark Avenue doesn't have that issue. Also, setting the game in New York City with its grid-like layout makes the map easy to traverse. There are a few restrictions in the game with regards to the dogs, but nothing a dog treat can't fix. The iconography in the game is easy to understand, and if you ever have doubts, there is a giant cheat sheet on the back of the rulebook. Basically, if you want to introduce new players to a game, Bark Avenue would be a good choice. In Bark Avenue, there is no real luck, except when rolling for poop. Everything else can be strategized. The dogs all have walking requirements and speed available to see throughout the game. You do have secret objectives, but they're only secret to the other players, so you can strategize with little to no interference. The event cards do add a bit of randomness, but not enough to dramatically change the game. I think this is great for newcomers and strategy gamers like myself. But this lack of randomness means the better prepared player will most likely always win, which is fine for the most part, but can be rough for newcomers and a bit rough for repeat play, which is a great segue into our next topic. When playing Bark Avenue, it is a great time. When playing Bark Avenue immediately after, it's still rewarding. When playing it a third time, or even for a third time in the same week, maybe not quite as entertaining. Wait a month, and then it's entertaining again. In my opinion, Bark Avenue is one of those games you can put in a monthly or even every couple of months rotation, and it still feel pretty good to play. This is not a weekly game in my opinion, but does great with some time between plays. So long as this is not your only game, and you have the space for it, I think the replay value holds for a while. When discussing the theme for Bark Avenue, being a cat person myself, I still found it entertaining, but only because we're pretending to walk dogs. If I was walking dogs in New York City, especially in the winter, I would not be a happy person. The fantasy of it is much better than the reality. I do really like how the setting helps with the gameplay, with New York having a grid-like layout, and also how all of these dogs are based off of real dogs was a nice touch. These real-world elements give off warm and fuzzy vibes and make a real-life job feel fun. All in all, the theme was a good choice, and the gameplay feels connected, especially when hoping for poop. This board gamer says Bark Avenue is not on Boring Boulevard, but after a few too many blocks, it can end up there. I would say not boring in moderation. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified about new videos. If you're bored now, click this for more games.